Tonight, somewhere in the world, a person will feel heat rise in their cheeks for no good reason. They will be in a meeting, or walking into a room, or simply remembering something from years ago, and their face will suddenly burn. They will look down or turn away, hoping no one notices, but the blood is already there, flooding the tiny vessels under their skin, announcing to everyone around them that something has shifted inside. No other animal does this. A dog can look guilty, an elephant can lower its head in submission, a chimpanzee can show its teeth in fear or excitement, but none of them turn red because of an emotion. Only humans blush. Charles Darwin was fascinated by this. In 1872, he called the blush the most peculiar and the most human of all expressions. He spent years collecting accounts from missionaries, travelers, and physicians across the world, trying to understand why the blood rushes to the face when we feel exposed. He noticed that people blushed even when they were alone, even when no one was watching. He also noticed that the more a person tried to stop it, the stronger it became. Modern science has confirmed what Darwin only guessed at. When we blush, the sympathetic nervous system suddenly opens the blood vessels in the face and neck. The same system that prepares the body to run or fight is, in this case, doing something softer and more public. It is making the skin transparent. It is making the private visible. Researchers have found that blushing is almost impossible to fake and almost impossible to hide. Actors can cry on command, they can smile or look angry, but very few can produce a genuine blush at will. The body seems to decide on its own when the signal is needed. Why would evolution build something so involuntary and so revealing? One leading theory is that blushing evolved as a form of honest communication. In small groups of early humans, being able to show that you felt shame or embarrassment may have reduced conflict. If you had broken a social rule, the reddening of your face told the group you already knew you had done wrong. It was a silent apology. It said, "I am not a threat. I feel the weight of what I have done." Studies support this idea. When people see someone blush after a mistake, they tend to judge that person more kindly. The blush softens the reaction of others. It turns potential anger into something closer to understanding. In this way, the involuntary rush of blood may have helped keep small communities together. There is another layer. Blushing is not only about shame. People also blush when they are praised, when they receive unexpected kindness, or when they feel seen too clearly. The same physical response appears in moments of pride and moments of exposure. It is as if the face lights up whenever the self becomes suddenly visible to others. Anthropologists have noted that in many traditional societies, the ability to blush was quietly valued. A person who never colored was sometimes viewed with suspicion, as if they lacked the capacity for proper feeling. In contrast, modern culture often treats the blush as a weakness. We are taught to control our faces, to remain composed, to hide the sudden heat. The very signal that once helped us belong is now something many people try to suppress. Yet the body continues to produce it. Even in a world of screens and carefully managed appearances, the blood still rises. It rises when we speak in front of a group. It rises when someone we care about looks at us too long. It rises when we remember something we would rather forget. For most of human history, faces were the primary screen on which emotion was displayed. There were no filters and no carefully chosen angles. A blush was one of the few things that could not be edited. It was immediate, honest, and shared. Today, we live in a world that rewards composure. We are encouraged to present a steady version of ourselves, but the blush remains a quiet rebellion against that performance. It reminds us that some part of us still refuses to stay hidden. So the next time the heat rises in your face for no clear reason, consider this. You are experiencing something no other animal on Earth can feel.
you are briefly transparent. And in that brief transparency, something ancient and social is still at work. Do you try to hide your blushes, or have you learned to let them come?